My name is Amanda Siew, and I am Asian. And to be exact, I am Malaysian Chinese. I grew up and I lived in Malaysia for most of my life. I was lucky to be around people that looked like me. We had the same kind of eyes, same hair, similar traditions. It all just felt so normal. Now, let's flash forward to 2018. This is August. And I moved to America for the first time to start my education at the University of Central Oklahoma. And now this is a fact, but Oklahoma is predominantly white. And so when I shifted here, that changed me in place, in seeing different people. It was very, very significant for me. And while I will say that the UCO community is very accepting and very diverse, there were times where I still wished I was an Asian. I hated how small my eyes were. It's the same eyes that I'll see on TV and people use it to mock or, for comedic relief. I hated the way I sounded. I hated my accent because people would just immediately assume that I was less than or I wasn't as capable just because I sounded just slightly different. And I hated that whenever people meet me, their first two questions to me out of curiosity was, are you from China or do you eat dog? And I also hated the fact that people for a good part of 2020 were blaming me and people that look like me for the coronavirus, or even just calling us the coronavirus. I remember walking into this Walmart once. This was right when the pandemic had first started in the US. And we walked in. It was me and a couple of my Malaysian friends. We walked in. And all throughout the store, people were just staring at us. They were giving us dirty looks. I didn't know what to do. And none of my friends knew either. We all hate the coronavirus as much as the next person does. And none of us have it. There were times where I would just think to myself, it might just be easier to be white, right? I've seen people mock us for the way we talk, for our accents, and yet they tattoo our languages on their bodies. I've seen people who mock our traditions, and yet they turn it into quick cash. I've seen people mock us for our traditional clothing, the way we dress, and yet they use it for a quick fashion trend. I've been studying in the US and being around people that don't look like me for about 3 years now. And while this comes with its own set of struggles, I also have newfound love and appreciation for who I am. I love the fact that I look different. I love the fact that I stand out from the crowd. I love the fact that there is so much culture and so much tradition tied into my ethnicity. And, I'm an Asian, but I'm also an international student. And I love that when these things combine, I have this really unique perception of the world. I must say I am proud to be Asian. And it hurts my heart that people around this country who look like me are being targeted and hurt and killed just because they look different. The continued racism and the violence against Asians and Asian Americans, it needs to stop. I'm genuinely scared of going out. What if that one day I go out, someone decides that they're going to hurt me just because I look different, just because of who I am? You have no right to discriminate or treat us poorly. No right to continue mocking our faces or our accents. And you have absolutely no right to take away our lives just because we look different from you. We are not a virus. We are human. We deserve justice for the lives lost. And we deserve to be respected for who we are. Stop Asian hate.